Hello everybody, welcome to Championship Matchweek 18. 18 match days into the season. Let's briefly cover on how we did last week. Liam, how many points did you get?
I'm picking up some good form. Um, so I hit another 11 pointer.
Meanwhile for me, I got a measly 8. I did get one 3-pointer, thank you Oxford. Um, so now the totals. Liam is on bang on 100 now, and I am on 115, so the 25 gap has turned into a 15 gap, so Liam is rapidly cutting down the gap. So I need to have a good one this week. So I will start this time. So Oxford versus Ipswich. So Oxford, they are off the back of a last minute equaliser at Norwich. I think it's a very crucial goal. Otherwise they would have been in deep trouble. But they are now in the bottom three. They're up against an Ipswich side who are shooting up the table, and it's very difficult to think anything but an Ipswich win at the moment. I've gone Oxford 1, Ipswich 3.
Yeah, they're really going about their business now, aren't they, Ipswich? However, something I read the other day, Oxford have never lost a home league game to Ipswich. So
Ooh.
that's an interesting stat. Forgot where I read that. But I think that streak will finally be broken due to the form of both sides. Oxford um, in free fall, Ipswich, as I said, going about their business nicely. So I've gone 0-2.
Now for Leicester Sheffield United.
Um, well, Sheffield United are picking up form. Um, Leicester on the back of a bit of a hammering on the south coast. So you know what? I think this is just going to be classic Championship shenanigans. The trends will not be followed. Leicester win 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester have disappointed this season. Sheffield United, they have also, but they are now on an upward trend, scoring 6 goals in their last 2 games. So they are finally putting the ball in the back of the net. But then again, is it against a really poor Portsmouth and Wednesday side? Who knows? Um, I think this one has a draw, personally. I think it's going to be a 1-1. And speaking of Portsmouth, it's Portsmouth versus Bristol City. Portsmouth off the back of an away drubbing. Bristol City also on the back of an away loss. Both teams need to bounce back. Probably Portsmouth more than Bristol City. And I think this is a game that could go either way. Is Portsmouth picking up their home form? Maybe. I have gone for a narrow home win here, 2-1.
I feel like Pompey really desperately need January to arrive as soon as possible. Bristol City is starting to slump a little bit. So one way or another, I can't see them winning this one. But I feel like both sides are very open at the back, and I feel like they'll both shut up shop because of these issues. And I've just gone for a goalless draw.
Wouldn't surprise me. Now on to Stoke versus Hull.
Hull really having a rough week. Come up against a couple of tough sides, and it doesn't get much easier, does it, on Saturday? Um, Unfortunately, I feel like it'll be a 0 point week for Hull. I've gone 2-0 to Stoke.
Yeah, Stoke off the back of some good form, winning against Charlton, and I think they will carry this on. Uh, I've gone a closer one. I've gone 2-1 Stoke. Now on to Coventry versus Charlton. Coventry scoring many goals, Charlton leaking many goals. I think personally this points to one way. A comfortable Coventry win, 3-0.
Coventry truly are scoring goals for fun. Um, and I think this couldn't have been any more poorly timed. This poor run of form for Charlton, and I think this three-game week will end with 12 goals conceded. I've gone 4-0.
Ooh, that would be very bad from a Charlton standpoint. Um, Now on to Middlesbrough v Derby.
Um, Now this is another one where I feel like there could be some classic championship scenarios where the one side are trending upwards and the other side not so much of late. And I mean, all signs point to Derby, but the Riverside hasn't been a happy hunting ground for them. So I think Borough will grab a plucky 2-1 victory.
I think this is one that could go either way. I have predicted a home win 1-0, but I really do think this 1-0 could go the other way as well. I think it's very difficult to predict because Derby, they are still on that upward trend, coming back with a win, and Middlesbrough, off the back of a 4-2 home loss to Coventry, it's difficult, very difficult, but I do slightly lean the home side. Now on to Millwall versus Southampton. Both teams won last time around. Millwall bouncing back and Southampton continuing their very good run of form. And oh, it's difficult. I think I'm going to go for a draw here at the Den. 1-1.
Um, so I genuinely do fancy Southampton win, but in the last 5 games, Millwall have been pretty solid at home, unbeaten in those games. It was the 1st of October they last lost, and that was to the best side in the division. So, say no more. Um, I've also gone for a draw, and I'm afraid to say that draw is a score draw, a 1-1 draw.
It happens every time. Now, on to Norwich QPR.
So, if QPR had lost in midweek, I'd back Norwich. Uh, but we know what happened with Norwich. We know what is happening with Norwich. Are they ever going to win a game at Carrow Road? I mean, again, you surely fancy them to have a decent chance on Saturday. However, I've gone Norwich 1, QPR 2.
Would you say this is like a last chance saloon to get underway at Carrow Road?
Yes and no. Yes, because if they can't win, with all due respect, against Oxford and QPR, who are some bang out of form sides. QPR, okay, granted, are
They
picking
are
up
in the
some
top
points now.
half, to be fair.
They're picking up some points now, but every time I've watched them, they have not looked good. Um, so I feel like it's now, or it could be now or never for Norwich, but something's got to give, and there's still so many games left in the season, so we'll see.
I mean, to be nearly at December and still with no home win, I mean, it's very poor. I don't know what's going on at Norwich. I think there's a whole tension with the fans and the board there. Um, but it's just you'd expect better from Norwich. Um, I will give them the home win here, but it's getting increasingly tough to back them at home. So I'm going to go Norwich 1-0 here. Yeah, it's difficult. Now, on to Sheffield Wednesday versus Preston. Sheffield Wednesday off the back of another loss to Millwall, and Preston, they were off the back of a 1-1 draw versus Watford. Sheffield Wednesday leaking a lot of goals at home, and I do think they will lose this one. I've gone for a 1-2.
Wednesday have a bad track record against North End. One home win against them since 2019. So, I mean, if that's not enough, look at Wednesday right now, still on negative points, and it's December in a few days. So, only points one direction, 0-1 Preston.
Now on to West Brom v Swansea.
A respectable point for Albion against Birmingham, who maybe could have done a bit better, but I'm sure they would have been happy enough with the point as well. Um, I feel like they'll find all 3 points against a very disappointing Swansea side who, apart from a select one or two players, do not look good enough for this league. So 2-0 West Brom.
I think I'm going to back that exact consensus here, 2-0 as well. I don't think this is the game where Swansea kicks on yet. I think they will kick on around Christmas, but not this game. West Brom definitely need that win. Ryan Mason needs that win. And I think he will get a win to alleviate some pressure here. 2-0 to the home side. Now, on to Wrexham versus Blackburn. Wrexham off the back of yet another home win, this time against Bristol City. Blackburn, they were off the back of a defeat to QPR. Blackburn are still down there and feel like they need to get something soon if they want to avoid being pulled back in. But Wrexham, they are climbing, and I think they'll continue to climb. I've gone for a 2-1 home win.
Blackburn are just have very quickly become that side that are just so annoying to predict. You predict a win and they lose. You predict them to lose and they win. So I don't know what to do anymore. Um, in regards to the table, yeah, I feel like if they don't win any of their next three or four, then that's them in a relegation fight for the rest of the season. And you could say that about all the teams below Blackburn as well. And I think they'll continue to sit not so pretty in the table, whereas Wrexham will very well sit pretty after what I think will be a 1-0 win.
Now on to Birmingham v Watford.
So this is the Monday night game.
Yes.
I thought it'd be Sunday if anything, but I had to double check that. Birmingham, you know what their target is: score four again. Um, I'm gonna half that. I'm gonna say 2-0.
I've also gone for 2-0. Both sides drew last time around, but Birmingham are just really good at home at the moment. They're finally clicking, and I've gone for a 2-0 as well. I think Watford are certainly capable of getting away wins. They are very dangerous, but I think Birmingham will have just a bit too much for them. Now, I'll ask you first for your score of the week. Who is your score of the week?
Well, he's hitting form. I feel like this is the weekend to back Ellis Sims.
I have gone for Marcelino Nunez for Ipswich. I think he's banging in quite a few goals this season, and I think he will continue here with a very good performance against Oxford. So, as a confirmation, Marcelino Nunez as my score of the week. So, I believe that is it for yet another week, and we shall see you for number 19. Bye bye.